first picking it is so damn questionable, and they already got a Magnus. If he gets a portal key, then it's going to be more or less impossible to break the base in the early game.
What's the count? So is that what you're saying? The counter push basically is the counter to deadlift?
I would say so. I mean, ignore the heroes like Ophelia, for example, which was, by the way, blind banned, so they don't really have to worry about that. And yeah, just build strong early game heavy heroes like stun heroes, like Iron Monster, Magnus, like place that lane versus the deadlift, and deadlift is more or less going to be ineffective. Like when you run it in team matchmaking, you usually see like deadlift a cursed lane, long lane, something like that. And they just go nuts on the towers. They usually pick up Balfagor, Flux potentially even. Just get so much AoE damage and push ability. Just get every single aura item in the game more or less, and just try to break the base by like the 50-minute mark. That's more or less how you run it.
Okay.
I have never really seen deadlift transition too well into the late game. His item choice or his abilities just doesn't scream late game by any means.
He's kind of I feel like his role transitions, if anything, where early to mid game, he's a very effective push hero. Late game, though, I think there is still some potential, mainly because of his ultimate, right? Like, the idea that if he has a carry on his team, he could always basically their carry ideally has a token of life on her. As long as Deadlift is on top of it, as soon as she dies or he dies, whatever it is, in this case Tremble looks like it's going to be, it's ready to resurrect him just like that on the spot, and, comes right back up. So, depending on how fast they are in killing the gravestones, and, with it being unfamiliar in competitive play, are they going to be on top of that? So, there is still a little something.
So, or you would expect so. I mean, it's only 3 hits, so I don't think it's going to be too successful. I think it's stronger on paper, at least, than it is in practice. But yeah, you're definitely right. I mean, the hero transitions a lot when it comes to like the playstyle or the role that it has. From going from a strong pusher in the start, it's more like that, extra token of life just for your carry in the late game.
Support, yeah.
But why do they pick Behemoth now? Like, this lineup, it doesn't speak to me at all. Like, Tremble and Behemoth, 2 heroes that are very, very weak in level 1. Or Behemoth got the Fissure, but like in early levels, like, you're not really going to benefit too much from them.
I feel like that's almost a keep away from the other team pick.
Yeah, it is. And, like, I mean, if Hellborn would have picked up Behemoth, then, like, okay, then I would have been on the same page. But why would you pick a defensive hero as Behemoth for yourself when you are obviously the one that's going to bring the pressure?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they have some idea that, like, I know that Noob McNoob is, like, a really solid forest player in general. So, I don't know. I don't think you can run deadlift in the forest or anything like that.
It's possible. It is. Now, okay, to be fair, I haven't tried it personally. I mean, I'm not saying I'm this great player by any means, but I was able to do it decent, I felt like. However, that was when his Dead Shall Rise ability cost life instead of mana. So now with his E costing mana instead, I think that does take away a little bit from it because his resources aren't nearly as effective. I do think there is still maybe some potential, though. So I wouldn't put it out of the question, basically. It could be possible.
Would it be worth first picking it, though? That's
No.
Doesn't, yeah.
No, exactly. I agree with you there.
So
that
iffy.
seems silly. That definitely seems silly.
But I don't know if they got some kind of secret strat. I mean, they could potentially just go for a Fissure block with Behemoth and, I don't know, take advantage of the creep wave going a different route and get them to attack another tower. I don't know, I'm just grasping off their ideas here or trying to make sense of it. But this is a little bit odd. Hellborn team going for the Clanks, though, that's relatively greedy as well. I don't feel like they had to really commit to that kind of a late game carry. I feel like a Corrupted Disciple, for example, that has a lot more presence in the early to mid game would have been more than enough towards this Legion team. But alright, Clanks, I don't know how well he's going to be able to deal with the deadlift.
Let me ask you this. Honestly, I should know this, and I think I do. But so when Deadlift uses Onslaught, so like the other creep waves come and he uses Onslaught on the tower, so all the creeps then attack that tower. Do those creeps that do they become an ally of his, so like the other team can then kill those creeps, or are they still on their side so they can't actually do damage to them?
I'm pretty sure that you can kill them.
So
during the time,
Clanks could actually kill the creeps that Deadlift commands. Basically, they used to be on his side.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I think so. Like,
man.
I've never played Deadlift myself.
Yeah.
I've only played against it, so it's those kind of things that you don't really think too much about. But I think that's the case at least. I mean, it wouldn't make sense if they are invulnerable.
Well, because that's getting me to this idea that why Behemoth is even more of a counter pick to Deadlift. Because if that's the case, then Behemoth is like, oh, even more targets to use with my Shockwave if he uses the W right there. So more reason to pick it up themselves and keep it away, I guess. But well, that's something I would like to get confirmed, honestly. I'll see if I can even reach out to somebody and get that. But anyways.
What are these lanes, by the way?
Yeah,
Look at them. The
Chipper.
Legion team. Like, they have 4 heroes that are obviously going to be on different lanes. So is this actually the deadlift in the forest? Or is he going to be laning with a Behemoth or a Shipper or, like...
It's very
This
possible.
is, like, the last and final game, and I mean, we can't stress it enough. It actually means quite a bit. Like, dropping to loser bracket is not something that you want. Not this early on.
Yeah.
So, like, them going full out on this strategy, they must be confident.
Actually, kill the creeps. Then I'm trying to get confirmation on what I was talking about earlier to see if it's possible. But all right, we'll see if he responds. A Luna coming out. There's the Legionnaire. So no, the answer is no. I could have told you that's new. It's not going to be a jungle deadlift.
A support
a
deadlift?
main support. No, there's no. It's main support. Chip, you're right. What the hell? It would have to be Behemoth. I mean, main support Behemoth, suicide deadlift, short lane tremble with Behemoth babies. I don't know. This is weird. Yeah.
I mean, I could see Legionnaire as well as Behemoth in the Hellborn's draft because I can, like, if Deadlift sends the creeps on you as a Legionnaire, I mean, you would spin a lot, but why have them in the Legion team? You're not going to get any creep aggro, are you?
What? Creep aggro?
No, but, like, I mean, Deadlift and Legionnaire, they don't synergize very well together, do they?
That's a good point.
I mean, he takes away the creeps from Legionnaire.
Yeah, so if he could target teammates for whatever reason, then that might actually be decent. But it's not like he could target Legionnaire. Hard support. Yeah, Stan March is playing, and he's their support, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
I mean, maybe it was just like, okay, we're gonna pick Deadlift to make you build a lineup around or to counter Deadlift and kind of like overdraft versus him, but that certainly didn't work. And I have no clue where they're going with this.
Well, we'll just have to sit back and enjoy the show, I guess, because yeah, this is something. This is definitely one of the cooler things about an event like these qualifiers. I'm sure it's teams that aren't necessarily at that top tier at least just yet, but we definitely get to see some fun stuff out of them. That's for sure. This is an interesting bug, by the way. If you go to the Hellborn well, is Clank's actually there for you, or is he invisible?
Is he invisible right now?
Is he actually invisible for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's the same for me. So that's interesting. Fun, but if you click on him, you can see the red outline. Huh.
I'm sure he's going to be visible.
I would hope so. That would be quite the advantage. Clinks is already powerful enough. Okay, so main support deadlift. So now my question is, again, how is he going to build? And Death Grip, I mean, Death Grip's a solid ability for trying to set up kills, to be fair, but at the same time, if you're investing into that, then you're taking away a little bit more from your push potential with the Dead Shell Rise and the Onslaught ability, so I do not know what to expect here.
I guess you could box out, like, if Wretched Hag is going to be Suicide, I guess you could just box her out with that Spawn the Minion ability.
Okay.
So,
that's true.
like, just
those minions are so weird, though, sometimes, as far as the control goes. Because you can't actually control them, so sometimes they'll aggro on something you don't want them to, and it can get really frustrating. So, oh, dang, the BM is real. Look at that.
Luckily, you got 5 more pauses, so no worries. But, like, if you're Hellborn right now and you're sitting in this kind of pause, I would probably make the decision to go for an offensive tri-lane, a Luna, Pyromonster, Magmus, and just have Clanks in the solo in the safe lane, solo safe lane and Wretched Hag in the mid.
Yeah.
And just say, like, screw you guys, like, what are you gonna do with a Tremble deadlift in the safe lane? Kind of deal. Just free from the Magmus, and if they were to leave the lane, if Tremble were to transition into the mid or something, they don't really, or the Legion team don't really have a hero to place in the safe lane, and I mean, Aluna and Paramonster can sit on Legionnaires as in the forest. So I hope that the Hellborn team realizes that the deadlift support is an excellent opportunity to actually go offensive here.
That's true. Yeah, that's. I mean, you got. I assume that they're pretty aware of that, especially just who's playing what. It seems like these guys know each other, fairly well to an extent too, of course. So,
Mhm.
they probably have a good idea, I'm sure. But
Sometimes when the opponents pick like a little bit of an odd hero, you tend to respect it a little bit more than you potentially should.
yeah,
And you're like, okay, let's just play it like in our way. Let's play it safe instead of just punishing it and actually like taking advantage of that hero's weaknesses.
well, it is kind of interesting with KeiG Gaming how last game one of the bigger things we were critiquing about their draft was that first pick Kinesis. I mean, definitely not a crazy pick by any means, but to first pick it, it's odd. It's not usual, and you better know what you're doing. You better do well with it. And obviously they did not. Again, he's died 4 times in the beginning of the game, had a struggling start, and really all throughout the game his gold farm really never recovered and wasn't really the most effective in the end, but. Here, first pick deadlift. We're already talking for several reasons why that not only is it just a crazy pick in general, but the first pick, it's like, what are you thinking? So a team that's not afraid to put value in heroes that may not necessarily be up there, but at the same time, if it doesn't work, then there's even more of a hand of the face palm. It's like, what were you thinking, guys? Why would you do this? Kind of just hurting yourselves here, but. Yeah, this main support deadlift going to be fun. I do like the idea of his resurrection, but you are right. At this top tier level, sure, maybe competitive play is new, but they've faced it, I'm sure, plenty of times in TMM as players. Kill the gravestones. I feel like when the free hero first came out, that was one of the things that people definitely did not realize, and that's why he was called so OP, and he can resurrect. That's ridiculous. It's like, dude, it takes 3 hits. You like literally attack it once yourself and get a couple teammates to attack it instead. By the time he's trying to channel it, it's not going to happen. So, no, that's a lot easier said than done in the midst of a fight going on, like if a huge fight's taking place. And if Deadlift's, like I said, in a later game, Deadlift's task should be that idea of resurrecting his carry if need be, or somebody that dies maybe quickly. And if he's focusing on that and everyone else is focusing on, killing people and not necessarily the gravestones, then it could be successful. Definitely is very possible, but...
It could, but I would assume the deadlift is going to be in the middle of the fight as well. So him just being able to like stay there and use a channel spell for a few seconds might not be too likely to happen.
Deadlift's also really interesting with his Dead Shell Rise ability, the passive effect of it, where it'll take over minions, but it works well like aura minions. So things like a Wolf Commander or, dare I say, Snotter Boss, you will get the auras from them. So, trying to take advantage of that a little bit as well could be pretty beneficial. But it's not like an Ophelia. It's not like you can just simply take it over and have it to control throughout the game. So it's definitely not easy. But it's something. There's some nice benefits there.
Yeah. For sure. Let's see what the Hellborn team decides to do. I mean, so far Clank is going towards that top lane as a solo. So potentially, yeah, the offensive trident from Hellborn could be a fact here.
Do they think that they're doing Kongor? I almost think that they might have thought that might have happened. Legion Kongor. But no, they're actually just going into the jungle right here.
Trying to block as many camps as possible, I would assume. That's not going to block the camp though, but it's going to provide a vision, and they can easily just make sure where Legionnaire is currently positioned if he's in the left side of the forest or the Hellborn. So, good one, neither less. Where are they placing the next one here? What are they doing? Aluna?
Aluna's feeling ballsy. Oh, they find Deadlift.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they could have killed the Deadlift if Aluna wouldn't have shown.
True.
Like she did there. Like, she was just walking straight down, like, hey, here I am. Deadlift was out of position, to be honest, and there were 4 people nearby.
So this is interesting, though, because now she's setting up... Oh, wow, look at this. Formative path. What the hell?
Okay.
I've never seen a ward there before. What does that actually see? Does that see the lane?
It sees the lane, yeah, it does. I've seen it before, but I don't think that it's going to be too beneficial for them.
Huh.
I mean, it's an interesting strategy and all, but I don't see them necessarily... Yeah, I guess if they want to dive the tower here.
Yeah. It makes sure that it doesn't get countered, that's for sure. I mean, that's the whole idea, of course. And you see right here, Rev War goes down, he's expecting some kind of ward of sight, but there's nothing there. So it's already paid off in that sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice
Little trick there by Callum playing the Aluna, using the power throw, being able to make that happen.
Yeah, he's been a fun player to watch. I'll say that. Again, this is a somewhat newer team still, but he's definitely been the one for me that really is kind of that quiet to an extent, yet at the same time, he's doing a lot of work for this team. He's, of course, their jungler, secondary support kind of guy. So definitely props for him. But yeah, deadlift off the bat, using his Dead Chill Rise ability and not really getting much out of it right there. So
they should definitely, either they need to pull the lane right now, is go behind the tower and pull the creep wave so that they actually get the lane pushed back and prevent Tremble from farming, or they need to make a kill happen. Actually, they are going to get the lane pushed, so they are fine in that regard, but yeah, okay, Fire Monster is going to rotate as well. I like that option. I feel like he should just be sitting on Legionnaire as much as possible.
there are other lanes, so let's take a look. See what's going on elsewhere, too. Chipper versus Wretched Hag. Hag jumping in. Here we go. Pyromancer coming in with a Dragonfire stun right there, but not going to be nearly enough damage in the end. Bottom lane, nope, Deadlift just kind of boxing out right there with his minions of his and showing off a little bit of that Dead Chill Rise ability. Got to be a little careful with that. God, he's just spamming that, man. Imagine if it still costs life rather than mana. That'd be really interesting. But, yeah, no, clearly the plan is to just use that very aggressively. And he's already got some
There must be some more reason behind this pick that comes into play later on. I don't know. Otherwise, it makes no sense because it's not necessarily doing work here on the landing phase. Like a Tremble deadlift. I mean, the pick itself opened up for an offensive tri-lane for the Hellborn. Pyromonster is up here at the top lane now as well, so Forgotten One is doing exactly the thing that I wanted him to do. Oh, Legionnaire, actually, he got a taunt ability. He's gonna go for the kill here.
Oh man, do it! Do it! Do it!
Why didn't he go for it?
Waiting? Go! Jesus! He had so much time there. Yes, it was. Wow. I mean, if Pyromancer got away right there, I would never forgive a Noob McNoob, honestly. He just had an insane amount of time. Finally went for it. Jeez.
That was took a little bit longer than expected, but hey, he got a kill at least. 380 gold minute now. That's a really good start if you're a Legionnaire in the offensive forest.
Yeah. Looking pretty good now, and of course Legionnaire definitely a very snowball-heavy hero in general, especially when it comes to junglers up there on top. And yeah, this start, to say the least, doing very well. So good news here.
They just what? They just left Tremble down here to a 1 versus 1? Why would they
double jungle going on, yeah. But now Legionnaire in trouble. He gets caught by the double support. He's gonna taunt, get some armor. Ain't gonna be enough. Noob will fall, so he gets found, unfortunately.
They need to communicate that better in the Legion team. Like, they need to make sure that if Aluna is not on the bot lane, then like obviously Legionnaire cannot be standing downhill in the enemy forest like that. 2 supports missing from the map.
Yeah. And
a Wretched Hag that has that mobility spell so nearby as well. But yeah, nice rotation at least, and it seems like they are going to rotate back down here. So now when Magnus got a few levels as well, they should be able to successfully bring down this Tremble.
You see Deadlift back in the lane now. So yeah, kind of sharing the jungle if anything, but here we go with the Aluna and Pyromancer. Pyromancer Invis, in fact.
I like how one is using the Veil Rod, and the other one is just running straight.
It kind of defeats the purpose, but yeah, Tremble's still pushed up pretty far. As is Deadlift now. Oh boy, they're in trouble. They don't realize.
Go for it, Magnus! Where did he go?
What does Aluna do? She could have just ran right by. Okay, they will stun Deadlift with the Pyromancer.
What is Tremble doing?
Tremble.
Why did he go back in?
Yeah, he went in way too late right there, and eventually will fall, so not as planned, definitely.
Once again, miscommunication from the Legion team. Like, Hag was missing from the mid lane, the 2 supports are missing as well. Like, fall back next time and just stand by the tower. As long as the mid isn't farming, you're going to benefit from it more than the enemy team. But now they get 2 kills instead, and the Hellborn team is off to a fantastic start, especially with the lineup that they have. They need those early kills. Like, they have marchers on both their supports now. That's just going to help them even more to keep the pressure up.
Middle lane, you see Hag right here. Nope, not going to go for the last hit. Chipper was nearby. How is the middle matchup going? 21-8 Chipper, Hag 20-7. So actually pretty even back and forth. Bottom lane, Tremble, Eruption going off, and that's a dead Tremble as a result. Aluna I think Magnus set that up, and then Luna followed with the stun to make sure to lock him down long enough. So secure the kill. And now Tremble back-to-back kills. Yeah, it's definitely turning out to be. You're so right on the whole aggressive laning choice, and clearly it's paying off now. A main support deadlift for a Tremble. It just doesn't feel like it's doing a whole lot here. And that is very evident.
Absolutely no idea what this deadlift pick was all about.
First pick, I want to remind you.
Once more, just like the kinesis, and it did not pay off.
Oh,
Where's Legionnaire, by the way? Okay, he's back in base.
Yeah, I poured it back.
I think he went for a yank attempt or something on Clanks because I heard a boom effect.
Yeah, the bang, that was actually interesting. He got hit by the bang, and then he ended up porting at the same time, so went into the well with him. But yeah, tried to set up a kill, wasn't successful, so ends up porting out though. Clanks, I assume he's been doing great up here. Holy crap, he has been. 42 and 8 creep farm. He's farming 360 gold per minute. That's no kills or assists. That's just raw farm right here.
Versus a Behemoth in pretty much a 1 versus 1 situation, and Behemoth on 170 gold per minute. I assume that by looking at the items of Behemoth, he actually started off with marches as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a massacre.
Yeah, you see middle lane, they pick off Squizzes right there and playing the chipper, so he is level 6, but getting killed. Haggle now taking a little bit more of an advantage herself. Bat Blast was used, but secured the kill nonetheless. Noob McNoob going the bottle and Striders here, doing the Zlapped build. But that one death kind of slowed him down a little bit after a pretty good start.
Look at Tremble.
Oh, he's putting top lane. Yeah, he's trying to save the Tremble right here. It's not going to be nearly in time. Behemoth also running in, get a nice stun. There we go, but the block, not really successful. They didn't need that, though. They just needed a nice line for Chipper. And that set up beautifully in the end. Now, Luna being chased down actually gets hit by the tar. And she will eventually, oh man, sidestep King, baby. She's doing it. Dodge the rockets out. Now that's hard to dodge. She will go down. Double tap for Squizzes right there. So, hell of an attempt from McCallum, but
I feel like Shiburo should have focused on just last hitting. He had a DD, so he didn't really need rockets. If Aluna is going to waste time on trying to sidestep, just hit her with auto attacks. Meanwhile, though, Magnus got a kill onto Deadlift here in the bot lane. And he didn't even have to use the Eruption, so I'm not really sure how that played out.
It's a level 4 deadlift, maybe.
Yeah, but still, like
no,
one
you're
lap
right,
shouldn't be
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, definitely agree there. Well, actually, you know what is interesting is that maybe the Volcanic Touch came into play right there, where his creeps got low and he's able to kill those off too with it. So
potentially, he is in a very offensive position once again.
It's caught by Boris, but again, that's kind of the bad thing about this combo though too. It's neither one of them really have a stun. They're both immobilizes. So they can still cast their abilities, obviously, and be fine. Not necessarily the most scary lockdown here between Tremble and Deadlift.
Yeah, he should be stacking the forest and maybe even pull the lane. He's more or less just standing next to Magnus and using his taunt ability. Or his taunt, whatever it's called. The taunt itself. Wow.
Yeah, that was some good execution right there. They pretty much lined up everything together. Fissure Stun came out as soon as it did. Chipper followed it up easily, and Legionnaire even came in to clean it up. So Hag not an easy target to kill. They kill her though.
I mean, Legion team are like by no means out of it. They are having a Legionnaire that's doing 300 plus gold per minute, and if they could potentially set up with some Fissures into Shipper Rockets, maybe even the Deadlift, the first spell, the Death Grip, into Shipper Rockets as well, then they're definitely back into the game.
Yeah.
The problem is going to be the Clanks. It depends on how fast he gets his Polk, or not the Polk, the Funniclaw. And if there are going to be any stacks available in the enemy forest. Or in the own forest, of course.
Oh, bottom lane, Magnus. He's going to get caught here by Boris. There's that deadlift ability coming out. I'm totally blanking here. What is the Q called? The Death Grip, that's right. Anyways, Magnus does go down, but they got to kill him Tremble as well, of course. So Bat Blast used to assist for that kill right there. Deadlift going to maybe try to get his level 6 in the process, but no, he has to run away, clearly. Oh, nice farm there. Oh, was Chipper? Yeah, Chipper got picked off.
That he did. Yeah, they cannot be dropping kills in this game if they actually want to be able to make it back. Not versus that double support lineup that the Hellborn team got. Like, they need to play it coordinated. They just need to go together all the time. Just buy like one Veiled Rot onto a Behemoth. Like, the Fissure range is longer than the Veiled Rot range, more or less. You can literally like cast an Invis Fissure. So like, you just pick that one up and just set up kills with Chipper over and over again. There's no means, or there's by no means any point in standing on lanes and like taking last hits. Like, you need kills if you want to win this game.
They're going to go for a kill on Magnus right here. And no, not enough lockdown initially, but it will be enough in the end. The Dead Shall Rise nuke to finish it off. So Stan March, he actually hits level 6 in the process. So he now has his Resurrection right here. So that's good news for the Legion side. Let's see if that comes into play here in the near future. Level 1 of it, you got to be a little bit careful. Not only is it a 4-second channel time, but you only resurrect with 50% life. So the last thing you want to do is resurrect somebody where they are, you know, trying to help them and then have them die again because they only have half life and get chased down. So that would be the worst case scenario.
Look at the top lane.
What's going on up here? They're looking to set up on Pyromancer. He's by himself currently.
There's only going to be a support kill though, and I mean, they are going to show off the pull key now onto Legionnaire, but a kill is a kill, I guess. Or
Yeah.
wait, they are actually going to play this smarter. They are going to go for the kill on Clanks instead.
Okay. Well, they're not going to find him though. He's a little too far away, and it's almost as if he knows something's
Don't
up.
say that. I think he's going to go down.
Oh, yeah, he's going to stack right here. You're right. Yeah, no, he's still hanging around. Is he going to farm
downhill
this?
now as well.
Health potion.
The Hellborn team doesn't see him. He's so incredibly
Notice
lucky.
the pull! Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I cannot believe how lucky he was
that
right there.
timing, yeah. And in the meantime, Deadlift goes down at the bottom lane. That's got to sting. Again, they don't
I mean,
even
he's
really
still there though, a Legionnaire. You just ran past him. Did he not have full vision because it's nighttime?
They don't know,
like,
man.
He's farming the fort. Like,
It's so frustrating as a spectator. You're like, just see them, damn it! Oh well, they get something out of it. They do set up a kill on a Wretched Hag at least.
Clank's is running around farming free camps in his forest, and there are 2 offensive gankers there, but they cannot spot him.
Yeah.
Damn, I've never seen that one before.
That was unfortunate, definitely. Callum, by the way, is he going to set another ward here? No, he doesn't have one on him, actually, so he's kind of just chilling behind. Oh, there one is... Okay, they thought Chipper was still here, but he ended up actually sneaking out of there before they realized.
Top lane.
Pyromancer, whoa! Shockwave even coming out with the new Surfer Dude skin. And ends up getting the kill on a Pyromancer, so do eventually pick him up.
Oh, he went for a Mana Ring, or Ring of Sorcery onto Behemoth, so...
Oh, yeah. No.
Not going to have the pull key, but at least he's going to be able to keep up this offensive pressure. I hope they just keep going for these kills. Like, the last 2 minutes they have been doing, like, going for all those kills. I'm not sure where Shipper has been, though. He hasn't really been taking part too much. But, I mean, this Magnus, the fact that he's allowed to farm down here, he's all by himself. And, like, there are literally 3 Legion heroes just sitting behind him mid now for no reason, really. When there's a free kill down at the bottom. Well, not free kill, he got vision, of course. But they shouldn't allow him to farm.
Yeah. Magnus is going to start falling back right here. You do see Deadlift sending in some illusions, scaring him a little bit. The real one's at the creep wave. Only Blood Jealous on
Mid lane.
Deadlift currently. Middle lane, we do have an initiation as the Legionnaire jumps in on a Wretched Hag. Follow-up burst damage is enough with a Decapitate. Just barely got it off in time. She's using her blink animation. Or flash, whatever you want to call it. Eventually gets killed off, though. So good pick off, 14 minutes in. And the Golden Experience League cutting down a little bit, but the biggest thing to note is that Clanks, of course, he's up there at 400 plus GPM. Tremble, not so much, only about 240. But just like a Clanks, you get a Tremble Thunderclaw, and he'll start really getting up there in the GPM chart. So it's going to be a little bit delayed. The Portal coming here, too. I mean, yeah, this Ring of Sorcery choice, it really has proven to pay off, I think, for this Legion side. He's 1-0-6 right here, so that's very good news.
Yeah, it's a situational item that is by no means always a good pickup, but in this game it actually works out quite perfect, so props for him.
Especially if he's using it with Legionnaire nearby, too, as you see right there. Yeah, he's Legionnaire, another hero that can definitely benefit from something like Ring of Sorcery. He jumps in. Now, there is support, though. It doesn't matter, however. Magnus goes down. Pyromancer.
They should go for more here.
Why not?
Legionnaire went back for no reason, or maybe there was a reason, actually. Pyromancer got his Blazing Strike, so
yeah.
I guess it was the right call, but I think they could have gotten one more kill.
Yeah.
Actually, Wretched Hag is up here in the enemy force as well, scouting out a little bit.
Yeah, Wretched Hag looking to Maybe
look at
set
that
up a
mana
jump.
ring. Is this going to give both Shipper and Legionnaire mana?
Mhm.
If the Hellborn team actually goes for this kill attempt onto Tremble, they are going to be in trouble.
Pyromancer is standing there. They will eventually burst down. Here we go. There's the Resurrection. Tremble's going to come back up. You see Hack's like, do I kill it? No, I got to blink out of here. So Tremble is going to come up.
Luna.
Luna, the Rockets, the Decapitate. Down she goes. And Tremble will just go right back to farming. Okay, so we see the Resurrection coming into play a little bit. At least it helps him just get right back to farming.
Hag, by the way, he's still in here. He's looking for the kill onto Tremble.
That's risky, though. Batbus,
Go
it's going to hit both! Oh, the dot damage. Is that going to be enough? He pours back to base. Deny? Yes, they will deny. I don't know about that, though. Anyway, Shockwave goes out from Behemoth. The lockdown is real. Wretched Knight goes down. Magnus in trouble as well. Deadlift trying to assist with the Dead Shall Rise. Has another nuke coming up. Not going to be in time. In the background, though, Clanks is here. And Clanks, he drops to half-life, actually. That Dead Shall Rise nuke does a good damage. Can he land? Yes, he can. But it's not enough damage, and he will survive. They did not block him off in time. Deadlift, Magnus went back in. Don't know about that decision. The Dead Shall Rise, not enough damage either. And now Pyromancer looking to finish off Deadlift. Has a nuke coming up right now. It will be enough. Oh, and he almost got Chipper as well. This fight just doesn't end, and the red power throw to finish off Chipper, and that's how it finally will come to a conclusion. Holy crap. That fight was a lot more than expected.
That was a fun fight. Going back and forth for so long. Oh, and Tremble's gonna go straight in. Not sure about that decision.
Well, that was a wrong decision, as we see. Oh, Legionnaire, though. Get something out of it. Okay, apparently we're not done just yet. Legionnaire now, he throws out the taunt. Hag is going to follow a little bit, but ultimately not going to be too much. Ooh. Trying right there to land a
they're still in trouble.
Death Grip. It's not over just yet. Once again, Legionnaire jumping in. The Behemoth Stun is going to catch a Luna. And they will finish her off. Legionnaire taunt is ready. It doesn't even need it. Charges. Can he taunt Wretched Hag now? No. Not going to go for it right there. Whew. Okay, I think we have an opening here. We're good.
It looks like it at least. Clanks is still farming at the top lane. He's going to get a tier 1 tower now and reach that 480 gold per minute mark.
Jeez.
Doing really good.
Well, yeah, I want to go back to the beginning of that fight, though. When Tremble, he got hit by the Batbus, the dot was on him. It was only a level 1 haunt, though. I really don't think that was actually going to be enough to kill him.
Nah, he probably would have been fine. It would have been so close, though, and there was a lot of heroes nearby, so, I mean, maybe potentially like a bang, ability or something would have hit him and killed him, so I don't think you can blame him.
Yeah, you can't blame him, but, man, I think
it's unfortunate.
But, yeah. Anyways, Clank's obviously picking off Stan March right there, playing the deadlift, so.
Shockwave!
Okay, here we go.
Shipper.
Oh my gosh, if Legionnaire got there a second sooner, but he gets the 2 kills and is going for the 3rd. And they will. Beautiful setup coming out right there from the Legion side. Clanks does pick off the tower in the meantime, but that was pretty.
That was so nice. Behemoth like finding a little bit of a juke spot in the trees that's been cut down in the previous fights, and he's walking in there. Making sure that his opponents lose track of him, and then Shockwave into a nice little enraged stun, securing 4 kills total for his Legion team. 4 for 1, that's a big deal. Can't forget about the Clanks though, still farming 500 plus gold per minute now. He got another tier 1 tower during that period of time, but Legion team showing some nice promise, and now they are actually ahead in experience.
Legionnaire, 11-2-2, level 16 as well.
Oh, level 16.
Yep.
That's insane.
That means, what is it, 600 health or less? You look at the health pool of the Hellborn side, guess what? It's going to be a lot of heroes that are going to be decapitated. Or chance
look at
to
Versus
be.
Hag right now. His HP pool, like, jump her and she's dead.
It is on it
right now,
but
you can literally jump straight on her and just decapitate her right
Charge
there.
and decapitate for a kill. Deadlift, he's going to survive. Nice chipper tablet right there. And actually pops the focus buffer, tanking up damage. They did not have a stun ready.
Bottom
and it gets on out. Bottom lane, Pyromancer goes down despite Blazing Strike. They will finish off Deadlift in the meantime as well. So both supports getting picked off here on either side in the end. Is Wretched Hag going to keep it going elsewhere? Yeah, how about the choice of Kandorf, by the way, going the Energizer here. It's been just so much action in this game. Wanted a nice team fight item to get, and it's probably been working out pretty well, I'm sure. for him. But yeah, going back to Legionnaire now, what do you think about the barbed armor choice? Is that really the best snowballing item to get?
No, I would personally like to see something different, a little bit more offensive. I've never really been too much of a fan of the barbed armor. I think it's good in some situations, but I think people tend to pick it up way too much. Like I think it's so easy to counter. Like just stop attacking the hero. I mean, of course it goes well with the taunt, but at the same time you're going to have so much more physical armor, so it's not going to deflect that much damage anyway. I think like going into bulwark and just, or maybe even insanitarius or something like that would have been so much more beneficial and like actually made him transition more into that, you know, late game, maybe even a little bit of a semi carry. Like now he's like just transitioning into like an anti-carry. He's just gonna focus on flanks in every single scenario, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
Yeah, no, especially with the struggles of Tremble. As speaking of that, once again, what is he? 8 deaths now for Tremble. The fact that he's still managing to farm 340 gold per minute with 8 deaths is pretty crazy. But again, it just really has been an action-packed game. So is actually still doing okay despite so many deaths. But comparable to Clanks, Clanks is once again up there. He's, as Quincy pointed out earlier, he's actually the top farming hero behind Salamon, of course. On the
close taunt attempt down at the bot lane with Legionnaire, just missing Rich Tag.
Oh, tried, yeah. Unsuccessful. Yeah, I've always been a very... Oh, no. Nice. Yeah, Firemancer tried to go for the sneaky TP out of there, but Chipper had a good heads up and eventually catches him. Yeah, Squizzes is also deserving some credit here. Definitely moving around quite a bit as Clanks will find Legionnaire barbed armor. Here we go. He's going to pop it. There's a taunt coming out. This is where it's actually pretty damn useful. Locked up too much, though. He couldn't get the decapitate off with the rockets. Oh, Aluna took it! Aluna took the rockets for Clanks right there. Saves that teammate. She will go down, but no doubt she saved Clanks. Rockets are not going to hit in the end, and he flies away. Oh, that was your... I love it. You can just imagine the slow motion jumping into the rockets right there. For Clanks, that was beautiful.
That it was indeed. Saving the carry Clanks, yeah, that would have been a big deal if they actually managed to lose Clanks there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Callum making some big plays here.
Well, that that also goes back to Legionnaire though. It's now that the barbed armor actually was pretty effective there, but he got stunned and he could not decapitate. If he was able to R right there. At all, yeah, I'm watching the replay right here. He just got locked down enough. But, man, the Rockets save it. I don't know if that was an intentional by Aluna or he just happened to be running into there.
I'm curious about it because it was a very intense moment and he probably had his eye focused on Behemoth, but it was a fancy one either way. So
we'll give him credit.
Let's just give him the credit for it.
Yeah, I like that. So well played by Callum right there. But yeah, it's got to be a little frustrating for the Legion side because Legionnaire, he definitely had a chance to take him out. Couldn't. Same thing for Chipper. Couldn't. And Clanks, as he tends to do, barely survives with that Hawk ability.
Yeah, and if you compare Clanks versus Tremble when it comes into the late game, Clanks is so much more reliable. Like, Tremble is like a mid-game hero. He doesn't do that well when it comes to the late game because he's easily kited. And of course he doesn't have any like necessarily spells that scales too well with his items. It of course the Impalers as well, but like he doesn't have the mobility that's necessary. Like compared to a Dark Lady or a Mage Bane or a Clanks, all of them have like those kind of mobility spells that allows them to go over terrain or create some or travel some distance really fast. Tremble doesn't really have the same. So at most times you want to finish the game around like the 40-minute mark if you're having a Tremble as your strongest hard carry.
Yeah. This deadlift pick, I definitely want to go back to it because, again, it's this first game we actually get to see it from the beginning especially, but not only that, but seeing as a main support, it's got to say that obviously caught us off guard a little bit. But my biggest issue with it is that I will say the Dead Shall Rise nuke has actually been pretty fun to watch in these fights, and it seems like it has been doing a decent amount. So, in fact, the damage charts is okay, never mind, wow, he's 5%. He is the lowest damage in the game, so that does not defend my point that I was trying to make right there. But anyways, as far as push goes, Onslaught, I haven't seen anything out of him so far. There's been no push coming out of Deadlift.
Yeah, I don't think they expected that offensive tri-lane. They were like so focused on like, okay, we're gonna have a Deadlift and we're just gonna use him as outboxing the Wretched Hag or something like that. But Yeah, you gotta expect when you go for a safe lane 2 melee carry or a 2 melee heroes, then you're going to get, or the enemy team is going to get offensive.
Yeah.
So safe to say that, yeah, this is not working out at all.
You know, I gotta think that Deadlift, as far as his damage chart goes, that his minions aren't assisted on his damage. I really feel like he's actually done a little bit more than that, to be honest. So, but maybe I don't know.
Good point. I'm not entirely sure. It could be that way.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if that is the case. But anywho, Onslaught, I mean, that is also another ability, to be fair. As a spectator, it may be hard to tell sometimes how useful it is in these fights, but I'm sure he's using it on enemies in the fights, and it's slowing them down quite a bit. And, you know, depending on how many units are nearby, it's doing some work, so that's something else too. But how about Wretched Hag, by the way? Storm Spirit coming out here. Speaking of defensive tools, Hag going to Storm Spirit, I guess they're all in on the save the Clanks idea. Instead of something like a Hellflower or Icon of the Goddess, even. Or probably not that, though. I think Hellflower, even that Grimoire style. I think the Hellflower. I'm trying to think of other items here, but I think Hellflower probably is the usual.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably going to be the case. I would assume so, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, this Storm Spirit, he's going to sit behind and jump on the Clanks every single time, but I almost think I would rather have seen him go for, you know, that straight-up Hellflower, or maybe even a Sacrificial Stone. He already had the Grave Locket, and of course Sacrificial Stone is going to be great versus the Legionnaire. The execute ability, and of course the burst damage that the Legion team has. I mean, he needs to get a BKB as soon as possible. Oh, so close! Oh, they're still gonna get him.
Are they? Yeah, Legionnaire jumping in, decapitate. No, he's it early. Now, he did get locked down after, so it probably wouldn't have mattered, but he went for the kill, did not get it in the end. And that was a good job surviving. I mean, to be fair, again, with the level 3 decapitate against a Hag with not much life, I can understand why he just kind of went for the chance on it, but just misjudging a little bit there as far as the decapitate range. So good catch on the Legionnaire, though. This Tremble, again, is for how many times he's died. Once again, the most on his team. He's now farming 415 gold per minute. So he most certainly has recovered, really, in that sense. There's been no buybacks this game either. That's pretty crazy, actually. For 27 minutes and 45 hero kills so far. No buybacks.
Considering the pace and the amount of team fights that's been going on. Oh, top lane, Tremble's going to go onto the Fire Monster. He's going to get a kill.
She's dead. Good catch there, and it's apparently not over just yet. Magnus actually lands the stun on the Tremble. He insisted on sticking around a little bit. We see why right here. A deadlift out to the side, the death grip, it hits Magnus. Oh, the Rockets, they whiffed! They were in front of Magnus. Oh no, they're going to miss out on the kill. No, they will not. Tremble will secure it, but he did have to dive a little further than he wanted to, probably.
TP, he cannot join in.
Oh, that's huge, actually. Yeah, Wretched Hag going to get locked down. Shockwave to secure it. Don't even know if that was necessary, but that it will do. The Rocket to finish off a Luna, so without Clanks, not much fight potential for the Hellborn side. What they're doing in there in first place, you got to question, but clearly there was some error in communication there. Because Clanks, yeah, you're right, no TP.
The fact that Hellborn team committed like that, and Clank's not having a port, that's... Damn, that's bad news for this Hellborn team. Like, Myst, they're actually in trouble now. Deadlift is going to be picked up here, or picked up here at the top lane, but like that's the support deadlift, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Oh no.
Wait, the Tremble's gonna get in!
Clanks is dead. I do not see him getting away from this. He doesn't even have mana to hawk anymore.
He's got a token of life, though, so his team, they're gonna resurrect in like 5 seconds.
Just kill him, okay. Yeah, Tremble.
Such an awkward position.
But they have the initiation, the follow-up. Behemoth, he's out of mana, doesn't matter. They get the kill once again on a Clanks.
Wow, what a swing of momentum. I mean, the Legion team hasn't really been like that far behind, but oh my god, they're going to use the Bat Blast as well, but this Wretched Hag doesn't have enough damage.
And she hit into the barbed armor as well, so all that damage so far is from her own Bat Blast. And actually, Pyromancer also going to be picked off here. Jeez. What a fight here for... what is it, KeiG? KeiG?
No, I think that Tremble might have overcommitted a little bit too much. Okay. I mean, staying up here without any BKB.
A little too comfortable here. He's like, screw it, might as well commit. Oh, Legionnaire even jumping back in. Okay, come on, guys. Oh, you know what? They wanted to resurrect, yeah. But good job by the Hellborn team killing it as soon as possible. That was the plan. Deadlift went on cooldown with his resurrection. Magnus in the meantime, yep, they will kill Aluna. They went all in on that resurrection right there, and it did not work. So that is fairly costly. It cost them 2 more heroes on top.
4 seconds. He could potentially turn this one around.
Is he going to go for a hack? He wants hack.
Yeah, or the Luna. I mean, he can like probably kill her without the eruption.
Oh yeah.
Look at that damage boost from the Enrage. Crazy out attack damage.
Oh wow. This game is really intense, man.
Yeah, that is. I did not expect that. Or after the drafts.
Whew.
I thought it was going to be like that kind of crazy push lineup, and if that were to fail, then one team would snowball from that. But it's just been constant action, non-stop.
Definitely credit, though, to the Hellborn side. They killed that Tombstone ASAP, so the Resurrection had no chance right there. And again, especially, it's still only level 1, so it takes 4 seconds to channel. Yeah,
look at the gravestones up here, by the way. Hag is actually going to finish them off now, but...
Yeah, that's just some free gold, really. For Wretched Hag, because Resurrection on cooldown for another season. Yeah, that's what really, you know, again, when this hero first came out, that was a big thing that people were screaming OP about, but I think that's what a lot of people didn't realize, is that that's one of the big downsides to it, is that if you do kill the Tombstone, not only is it easy to kill, but if you do kill it, it puts the ability still on cooldown. And we're talking about a 140-second cooldown. So it completely wastes the cooldown for the next 2.5 minutes or so. Unfortunately for him, so blocked down from using that. Going to be level 2 ulti soon here, at least, which will be nice.
Yeah, is it only the cooldown reduction that it affects?
No, it actually increases the amount of life that they get. So it's 50% right now.
And a second channel as well.
And a second off the channel, exactly. So yeah, level 3 is a pretty big deal. I mean, it's 100% life and only 2-second channel time on Resurrection. So Column getting picked off.
Oh, he's going to drop it.
Yep, drops about that. They don't realize, though, because the fight's breaking out right here. Behemoth, he got the shockwave off, but the Shrunken Head Clanks is doing way too much damage to Tremble. And he will go down. To see a Storm Spear on a Wretched Hag, not going to be enough, as Legionnaire Shrunken Head, by the way, that he now has picked up. So good job mitigating some damage right here. They catch, oh, Clanks! The Hawk wore off at the last second. He couldn't go over the ledge. And a double tap for Noob McNoob right there. The buyback's happening as well. Helps secure the end of the fight on a Clanks. And
oh man, Legion team just keep going on ahead, and I think one of the reasons is this Noob McNoob guy. He's just playing out of his mind right now. Like level 20 Legionnaire, almost keeping up with Clanks and experience gain. That's just crazy. He's been involved. He's got 16 kills at 30-minute mark. Like that's 1 kill every second minute.
Yep, he's intense here. And again, his items don't necessarily scream like you'd be getting a crazy amount of kills. The Barbed Armor follow-up, I still feel like it was a really iffy choice, honestly, but it's, hey, he's making it work here. And then the Shrunken Head on top of that. That's just one of those combo of items I've always found to be, what are you thinking? But, hey, it's 16, 5, and 4 hero kill stat line. It's hard to argue against, so.
Yeah, seeing as it is as action-packed as it has been, I guess it's alright. I mean, it helps him survive and get a lot of damage output, but if they would have gone for more of a farming game, or if they would have taken objectives, of course, then it would have been a big downside. So as long as they keep the aggression up, I guess it's fine.
Yeah. Chipper's got a nice core here of Staff of the Master. Great item on him, of course, as we always talk about whenever we see Chipper. The slow effect through Shrunken Head especially is a very big deal, and just better in general. Deadlift, he really hasn't been able to do too much. Still sitting on the Blood Chalice and Striders, but again, this is a main support deadlift, so a lot of wards. Oh, that's a Courier getting picked off. Do they keep the Bound Eye, by the way? Or where is it?
I think it got killed.
It got killed, yeah, it must have, unless it's still sitting here. And it is.
No, wait, it's still sitting here. What the hell?
Well then, Deadlift's like, hey, I remember this.
It's not even picking it up. Yeah, now he realized.
That's convenient. It's where he left it, so good job. Aluna, okay, I had to think for a second. She used her Deja Vu right there. That's actually Portal Key.
Yeah, that was really well played. Like, using the Deja Vu, running in there, placing a ward, cutting down the trees with a power throw to increase the vision given by the ward, and then port back out.
Yeah. Well played indeed. Legionarian Tremble, double damage rune on Tremble, by the way. He has it bottled up right here. Legionnaire jumping in pretty YOLO. He finds Clank cells with the target that they want. Tremble himself, though, he's really behind. And, you know, that's one of your cases of not everyone on your team has a portal key, but Shockwave in the background. The Fidget Stone to follow. Clanks is nearly dead, but Behemoth cannot finish it himself. And that Fidget Stone going to save him, if anything. No, the Chipper, the Chainsaw, does finish off Clanks in the end. gets over the hill. Pyromancer, Void Talisman, that's not going to do too much right here.
Oh, well, we got a DD as well on Tremble now, so he's going to be able to tear this tower apart.
Yeah.
This might be 2 racks, yeah. There is a buyback on Clanks. I think he's going to have to use it, but what can he really do on his own?
Oh, man.
I mean, everyone in his team just went full-on support items. Like, freaking Storm Spirit on Wretched Hag and a tablet into a...
Deadlift uses Onslaught way too early right there, too. I got to point that out. But anyways, we do have a fight kind of breaking out as Legionnaire jumps in with the Barbed Armor onto Clank. He didn't taunt, though. You don't have it? Okay, I guess it was on cooldown still. So.
Oh, damn, guys.
Tremble, he goes down, and, well, we saw it last game. This isn't as extreme by any means, but you got to be careful when you're pushing in. Not to overcommit. The power throw, it spots Chipper, and yep, it will secure a kill. So, might as well have been a kill with the power throw right there. Well played. By
They're
Oluna.
going to keep the racks alive as well. I definitely expected that to be a racks kill. I mean, with that DD on Tremble, I'm not entirely sure how they weren't able to get the objective.
That goes back to the Onslaught use of Deadlift, honestly. He used it right away with, I think, like 3 creeps nearby on the tower. And that they already guaranteed to have the kill for. Instead, if he saved it to use on the racks right as the Hellborn creep spawn and the creep wave for their side came in, that would have been a dead racks really quickly, I guarantee you. So you got to be a little careful on timing of that ability. It has a decent cooldown on it as Legionnaire. Oh, well, okay. At least he got killed by neutrals, but I mean,
it's still going to secure a Conquer kill for the Hellborn team.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. And having a Conquer kill on, or a token on Clank at this point of the game is going to be very, very crucial, especially when the Legion team has been focusing him down in every single team fight.
Yeah. Remember, he had it earlier, and he ended up getting caught by himself. A big mistake in that fight. Didn't have a TP. Always he's
well, I won't have a
from
TP
there.
now either, to be fair.
True.
But hopefully he's more careful with his positioning this time.
Yeah, and more so that again, that goes back to communication too. It's honestly, if the team's aware of that, they should not be committing to a fight without him being there, of course. So just making sure that they're all on the same page in terms of where he's at, and if they can make it happen. You see another deja vu from Luna to get a pretty aggressive ward of sight out right there. So he's making some good use of that
really
ability.
keeping up the vision, doing a real fantastic job in this game. Oh, they got vision on to Deadlift. He got a bound as well, so he's going to spot the Magnus here.
Yep, that's an easy kill onto Deadlift. The way to resurrect himself. He's sitting on 1,400 gold on Deadlift. Wonder what his intentions are for buying next item. Behemoth, level 16 now, is also going to Resto Stone. I think we've talked about this several times, that you and I both aren't necessarily a huge fan of Resto Stone on Behemoth, but it's good still. It's not like a horrible item.
In this game, since you got the Ring of Sorcery, it's a little bit more understandable as well, I feel. And the fact that the Hag didn't go for his BKB, the magic damage is going to deal insane amount of damage.
Yeah.
But usually you're... Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just even with that, I just always hate the idea of it. Double shockwave seems so inefficient. It's one shockwave, you clear all the creeps, you kill them, it's big damage, and then the second shockwave, it's like, okay, you're just getting a little more of a stun, a little more damage out of it. Really, it's not like a double Tempest ulti or double Bat Blast from Hat. It's definitely not like any of those style of abilities. So now the fact that it gives you like a double Fissure and stuff like that, that's obviously where it's a little more beneficial.
Yeah,
pretty cool, but.
And if you could potentially get a sheepstick or something like that down the road later on into the game as well, that would of course be even better suited. But yeah, spell shards, of course, I'm a personal fan of that item. Now it might be a little bit too late though for him actually getting a spell shard, so I think the Restoration Stone is fine here. He's gonna have it here in 700 gold. It's gonna be interesting to see what he can do about it. I mean, I also stressed the Wretched Hag, the importance of him getting a BKB in this game, but so far, like, doesn't see it. Went for the sheepstick instead, which is great, of course, but yeah, it's not necessarily going to help them with any damage output. So it's all going to be up to Clanks to do damage in those fights.
Yeah.
Which brings me to his next item. He's got 4.3k gold here, and I would assume that the wing bow might be his option. Or no, he went for Frostful Skull in the last game when he was up versus the melee Oogie. So he might be looking to do the same thing versus Tremble. It's a little bit of the same deal that he is easy to kite. He doesn't have that mobility
I think
to
he
get
is.
onto Clanks.
Yeah. Now, with that said, though, I will say Ogi's not necessarily as right-click reliant, so the wing bow evasion maybe not as powerful as bottom lane quick kill into Luna. He's going to pour it out with a Shrunken, so some pretty good combo right there. Quick kill, get on out of there. But Tremble, you know, he's obviously all right-click. That's what he's about. So that's where I could see the wing bow actually being a decent pickup here for Clanks, with that said. But, yeah, definitely wouldn't be surprised to see the Frostlift Skull. Similar to last game. And assisting.
Oh, mid lane, Sheepstick.
On to Behemoth. The chipper's here, though, and Behemoth, can he maybe get something off? Shockwave, no, not going to go for it. Tremble, though, he runs in. Yeah, probably not the right choice. He pops the Shrunken, and again, a Resurrection's canceled. That's what we stressed, man. It's not easy in these top-tier games. If teams are on top of it, and clearly they are now.
And he used ultimate as well, so he's got a cooldown like you talked about.
Yeah.
That's a big downside of the hero. I didn't even know about that. But
Yep.
damn.
That really screws him.
Use it for 2 minutes.
It almost makes it like just a wasted pick at this point. That's what it honestly almost really does, because he hasn't been the pusher that you think a deadlift could be early on. And then we talked about the transitioning, at least in the late game, is, well, simply a resurrector. But Hag, don't know about that. Yeah, she got immobilized immediately to decapitate to finish her off. Clanks, though, he was the one that was a little scared. However, he's going to be fine as he gets the distance right there. So they are not able to break into the base, but at least Clank stays alive once again. And what did he buy? Yeah, there's the wing bow. So, yeah.
He's going to drop the token. It was about to run out.
Did he?
So. Yeah,
really
it's at the actions.
Yeah. I guess it is about to wear off, yeah.
You can't even see it because the dead bodies are actually blocking it.
Yeah, it's like in the midst of it. It's kind of funny, actually.
Gonna find a kill at the top.
God, he's doing so much damage to himself, though. That Barb Tower doing work there, but...
There it is. He could have, yeah, Legionnaire could have almost manned up and gotten the kill. Of course, Kenilov would have just taken a little bit more of a distance if that was the case.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a nice try at least to pour it out. Wasn't quite enough. And unfortunately, yeah, I mean, the defensive items from Legionnaire is gonna start hurting them a little bit, I feel.
Yeah, that goes back to that idea, too. It's exactly. It's like we were talking about, it's like, hey, it's working for him. It's Hero style lane. You can't really argue against that. But now that it is getting a little bit into the later game, he doesn't necessarily have those items that would scale. Like kind of the semi-carry for the team. Something like a Soul's Bulwark and eventually a Demonic Breastplate. You know, something like a Sanitarius even on those lines. But nope. Going really all-out initiator kind of style here. Definitely will prove to taper off.
God, Luna once again on top of the words.
I love it, yeah. He is. He gets up there. It's like he keeps getting closer and closer. The next ward's going to be like in the well. And they're winning the game. Okay, and they're going to be pushing kind of in other places. Behemoth actually jumped and dead just like that. Deadlift also going to fall off the bad chipper. He's going to take a big stun right there. Tremble Sheepstick immediately. And he's already at half life, dropping quickly. Legionnaire trying to deal with Clank. It's not going to happen, though. Tremble did nothing that fight because of the lockdown.
Usage on his part. That was a big mistake. Just running straight in there versus 5 heroes that got disabled. It's like, man, you got to activate that BKB.
And he bought back for a second buyback, as did Behemoth, and you see they immediately fall back here on Mystery Gang. So they have definitely their most comfortable lead of this game right now.
That they do. Like, there's no way that Tremble is gonna be even to like remotely close to scaling as well as this Clanks when it comes to the late game. Like now when he got a wing bow, if he gets one more damage item, like I don't see Tremble doing too much.
Tremble's sitting on 4,600 gold as well. So we just mentioned that he's out of buybacks, but that also means that he had like 6,000 gold when he died right there. Or so I didn't even notice, but. Yeah, that's another one of those things where it's like, what are you doing? What are we saving for, man? Right-clicking an item is great and all, but how about a little bit of that build-up at least? Hell, he even has an open inventory slot and a TP on it.
Hey, look at this water site, by the way, once more from Stan Marcher in the trees.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got confirmation on that you cannot see it with Water of Revelations, but it still gives you full vision.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
it only works with a bound eye, so that's next level wording place right there.
It is. Doing his research, definitely. I like that. Oh, well played. 6 Death Trembles 0-11. Jeez. Yeah. Again, he died a lot early in the game. He finally slowed it down a little bit. It was recovering, but that trend is not going to pick up once again. Again, he has 5,200 gold. If he dies again without spending this gold, they honestly do not deserve to win this, because you can't be doing that, man. Especially with 2 buybacks. Or no buybacks, excuse me. He's going to be found by a Luna right here. More so, he finds a Luna, but that Fisher's not kind of awkward. He pops the Shuriken this time right away, but look at that. They just kite away immediately.
Yeah, he's being in a very difficult or a very offensive position. No BKB now. I feel like the Legion team should just get out of here as soon as possible.
Yeah.
They should be in the base defending, I feel. I mean, the Congar hasn't spawned yet, so there's no need for them to be in their own forest when BKB is down on Tremble. 5.4k gold as well. Please buy something now. Like, you don't have a buyback, no need to save any money. What's he going for? A Savage Mace? Some kind of damage output? Like, I feel like he needs to get damage. Like, he could try to get some kind of like lockdown or something like that. Yeah, he's gonna go for the Savage Mace. I like that. Like, he just has to go all in at this point. He's gonna get one chance. He's gonna get one chance to burst down the Clanks. Hopefully, at least, if things goes according to the plan. Just jump with Legionnaire, taunt, and get Tremble onto the Clanks, and just hope that he dies.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely what Keto Gaming has come to. Am I saying that right? I always forget their name. Keita Gaming. Keita Gaming. Anyways, that's what it's come to as far as their strategy is concerned. The portal key picked up by Luna, by the way. So she actually does have one now. Using that for helping initiate with and get in there. And you get that on her. You got her Magmus Pyromancer having one, and obviously Hag has her Blink, and Clanks can fly around cliffs anyway, so all of them some great mobility now across the board.
Yeah, that 5-second stun is a possibility now.
Yeah. Very big
but
possibility.
yeah, they still lack the bulwark though, and I really think that they would benefit a lot from that. Being up versus 4 melee heroes and all.
Do they not have a courier on the Legion side right now? That's right, it died earlier.
They have a walking
courier right
it's
now.
in the base.
Come on, guys.
That's how much this deadlift is struggling in the support role.
I mean, somebody has to do it. They can't just rely on that.
I actually saw it running out earlier as a ground courier into the enemy forest.
That's pretty bad.
Or into the Legion forest, delivering something to Behemoth, but yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Behemoth, he still doesn't have his Restful Stone. Again, out of buybacks, that's been a big key of that, of course. Legionnaire, interesting. Not sure what he was jumping, really, but...
I mean, they were looking to pick someone off. They hoped for someone to defend the top, but Hellborn team being too smart in that case and just having 5 people on Congar. Now they got the bananas as well as the token. This is going to be incredibly hard for the Legion to come back from. They were in a good position, but now they've given Clanks a little bit too much space, and he's got another almost 7k here.
It's just like the first game. I mean, or the second game, excuse me. I mean, we talked about that. They were in a great spot. They seemed like actually they had control of the game pretty much. To an extent, not 100% guarantee by any means, but they definitely were in control, and they overextended. They went a little too far and gave the time for Mystery Gang and what was Clanks as well. Time to recover. Here we go, though. Jump onto a Luna. Very quick start sprint. There's a shockwave, though. It catches Wretched Hag as well. Hag, nice banana usage off the bat, though. She's going to be fine. Legionnaire going to end up falling as well as Behemoth. Resurrection onto or Behemoth, it looks like. He comes back up, but he just throws out a stomp, and then he dies right away after the fact. Everybody's dead on the Legion side, as Clanks especially just too much damage. Legionnaire joins the party once again. And he will decapitate Magmus, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, Clanks almost killed himself right there. But he did not in the end. So, genocide for Mystery Gang, and you got to figure that was one of the last chances for this Legion side to have a chance.
The difference in teamfight potential now is just so clear. Tremble is literally a no factor at this point. He can't do anything. He can run in with the BKB, but the Legion team doesn't have any lockdown to support him. And yeah, they got the mobility heroes. Of course, so many people with pole keys, Clank, or a Wretched Hag with his mobility spell, and 2 sheep sticks. Like, there's no way the Legion team can deal with that.
Yeah. Oh, Keita Gaming. It's not over just yet, so I won't go into that too much. But you see Chipper coming up with Deadlift. Not going to really accomplish a whole lot. In fact, Chipper will die shortly after. Yeah, it's just not going to work. Clank's going down, but that's probably for the better at this point. He resurrects with the token. Full life, full mana. Good to go. He has clutch use of the bananas from Wretched Hag in the last fight as well. And Some of things just going their way. So down go the 2 sets of racks right here. As you see, Wretched Hag is going to take some decent damage, but not enough to fear her life in the end. In fact, Behemoth jumped in, and that's not going to work out. He will survive. Not for long, though. Tremble, he finds Clanks, getting some auto attacks off, but now takes a Sheepstick. And look at the return damage onto him. As soon as he got locked down, Canatorf stood his ground and right-clicked him down. At least Legionnaire, yep, he will decapitate.
Oh.
So they will hold it off finally in the end.
But look at the bottom while this is going on.
Oh, yeah, Pyromancer, so the support Pyro is like, don't worry, guys.
And the Legion team is not even aware of the fact that it's happening. They probably realize now, but
yeah, Mega
it's way
creeps.
too late.
It's going to be Mega Creeps there, so yeah, that'll officially do it, if anything. As it's going to mess with them now. Run, Pyro, Storm Spirit. He's got Void Talisman. No! He played it a little too safe. Oh, he's dead, but doesn't really matter. Nice. GG, well played.
He's doing such like insane plays with this Aluna and the Deavu.
Yeah,
and all.
he's good with that
traveling
ability.
Insane distances.
Yeah, he's definitely on top of it. I agree. All right, though, but man, okay. So what I was gonna say, I mean, KeiG Gaming, they're a good team. I mean, they're definitely fun to watch. And a loss here, sure, that means they're in the losers bracket, but definitely still well alive. So this is a team that I definitely could expect to do pretty well here and possibly qualify in the top 3. I honestly wasn't even aware, just like many teams, I'm sure, in this event, that they were here.